Why, hello there, ladies and gentlemen. It is I, the Copper Owl, bringing you a Lego Droideka video. Yes, so I used to be really big into Legos, and then stuff happened. Been getting rid of them all, and then I just went full. I don't want to say autistic because I don't have autism, but I just went crazy. I saw a video of Droideka, and then I just it just fired up the neurons in my brain, so I had to build it. But despite how much of a genius design this is, that the guy, because I got this from another guy, I'm going to leave his video in the description. Go watch it. His build's pretty good. It had a problem that bothered me very, very much, and it was really it didn't really hit the accuracy mark for me, though it is fairly accurate. It's just so simplistic. It gets the design and everything, but there was just something about it, and I realized it was my own fault. I had orientated the body the wrong way, so mine's actually slouched forward a bit, and because of that, it caused my brain to go into overdrive, and I went and just had to upgrade it, try to make it more, I don't want to say better, and all that, because his design is definitely cheaper, and his design is probably it was a lot easier to get all the parts out of my spare part bin. This is one, my design is one that you have to actually look for and get several different sellers on Bricklink and all that. But I wanted to show you how much will making one of these costs and everything. So yeah, I'm using the extreme zoom and all that. Oh, buy my book, Epic Cassius Crossroads at authorhouse.com. Do I need a manicure? I think I do. Because his doesn't also lacks an ability that this one could do with this, and this is what he had. That's his, the Lego Destroyer Droid custom build. He had those legs, and that caused the darn thing to kind of sink down a bit, and it doesn't look right to me. And so I gave it these little droid arms, or skeleton arms. So you can see right there, which has them standing up better. I just don't have them in the right color. I used to. I freaking used to. But I can't find them because I sold them. Who knew that Metalbeard fig was actually useful for something? But you can also see the body is different. You can see the hole for this brick is right here. When you look at his, it's the other way, and it didn't really matter. I did that because it somewhat lets its head go down a little lower, but if you use a different build technique, remove those two pieces, and this makes it a little cheaper and a little easier to do. You get one of these modified clips. It still has kind of that look to it, but he slouches down a lot better. He can't roll. That's the problem. He won't be able to roll. But he kind of gets that look. You just spread out the legs like this. Have him sit there. And I think you could get a stop motion kind of view of it standing up. Because there's another. It pulling out the arms and it looking right at you. Go pew, 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 pew. I don't know that. His also doesn't have this dish piece at the bottom, which, again, I should have had some brown ones. Whoops. The cable's kind of, I bet. I should have had some brown ones, but I don't have them anymore. Metalbeard again. But, yeah, so yeah, he didn't have that. I thought it needed that because here's an actual picture of a Droideka. You can see that they have that brown round body down there. So, yeah. And the thing is, why not go with the other versions of Droideka? And he goes through that in his video. Again, he did something really smart that a lot of people like never really consider. Is the size, the scale, the proportions of the figure, which is something I did with my Ed 209, which you're going to have a video later on. But my Ed 209 is to scale with the movie, because you kind of realize Ed 209 is not that big. Droidekas are big in that they're 6 feet tall, but the thing is about a Droideka, it's actually shorter than a B1 battle droid, and so he did a good job getting the scale, and the two figures, his version and my version, are not that different in height. So mine's is slightly taller because of the legs, but it's still shorter than the battle droid and all that. And mine even has an extra stud in the middle, right there, that little gray one. His does not have that. Nor does it have these brown studs. And I did that because, one, it gives it a little bit more color. It kind of makes them round and all that. But it does make the arms stick out a bit more. So you think, isn't that a bit of a problem? And it kind of is and kind of isn't. Because with his, they look really smooshed in. So I kind of like it even without these pieces on. Kind of, he really goes in there. I think it looks a little bit better, but again, the Droideka's prongs are kind of really like noticeable when you look at it. I am going to make a sniper variant, but so yeah, you can see, like, looking at the arms, it's pretty more smushed in there, but it looks a little bit more plain on the side. This gives it a little extra color, makes them look a little extra round. And compared to the image of the Droideka, let me look at one that he's looking right at you. Well, here's one of him at his side. So you look at that, you can see that, yeah, it's just machinery, but he has those little brown plates there, so kind of, hey, get a bit of that feel to it right there. Versus this. So you don't even need to use the brown, you could use the regular, but yeah. And I think, looking at the arms and everything, I think there is a different build for the arms in which you use the clip pieces and just put on, the those bar pieces and all that, because they're very still very not accurate and all that. It's very interesting how this works. I even saw this brand new piece that is like, I think it would work a little bit better because if you could get the stud to look right and everything. But yeah, it's just this was a little bit more of a semantic thing. I think he needs the little extra brown, so I added those pieces to it and all that. And his arms are kind of out there. So it just depends on like which model of the Droideka you're looking at, because some of them are like very kind of smushed in, and other ones have their arms like way out. Like, just looking at this one from the movie, see, they are like out there. So yeah. And so how much is this thing going to cost? Well, buying the parts individually, it's going to cost you like around a few bucks. Ideally, that's the thing. Going to Bricklink, I do have a cart right here with most of the parts. I don't have the gun. And you saw there was a Darksaber in there. So it's $1. All of these parts that make up most of the body, and some of them are not even the right color though. But again, it's a little bit of a semantic argument. You don't really need all of it to be dark gray. You could have it light gray, but he doesn't even have the binoculars. So this cost $1.50 essentially, and you need if you're gonna need to get multiple sellers. That's the problem. And I'm gonna increase the amount of, because I don't have the so yeah, shipping and handling is $5. So it's this. All of this is going to cost $10. And with that, it's like, so you're spending $10 for the Droideka, and it's like at the least, just because of shipping and handling. But other than that, it's like $5. So his build, I would recommend his over mine, because his was like real easy to build, just with like parts of my collection. I got, it looked exactly the same and all that. I had to even spend $6.50 for this little piece right here that makes up the legs, because I didn't have this piece. But he comes in that Lloyd spin top thing, which I'm going to get another one of those, because that actually is going to help me with another build. So yeah, I'm kind of getting back into like just upgrading my builds, adding a little bit more, because droid armies. And I think this is another thing that he didn't really do, that I think everybody should who watches this video. Tweet Lego. Tell them like, hey, we want Droidekas. This is what we want. We want a Lego battle. We want a Battle Droid battle pack. Include true Droidekas. These are the parts you need. And all that. Just, there you go. And I'm going to make a follow-up video, because I plan on making the sniper variant of the Droideka. So expect that. And anything else? And another. And I think this guy also has another part I'm going to try to get more of like the actual shape of the Droideka, because again, it's not really slouching. It's not really like an angled thing as we saw in the picture. It's really like an L-shaped kind of thing. So I'm going to try something else that could make it better. But yeah. So yeah, just tell Lego that we need here 10 battle droids in a battle pack. Include the Droideka, 2 of them. That should be like $10. Okay, again, they want to sell it for $20. Okay, give us 2 super battle droids. Okay, that's $15 right there. What's the build? Just give us a couple of plates, put them on there, make it look like a little droid factory. Or better yet, 2 Droidekas, Jango Fett, and make that scene from Attack of the Clones where Jango comes in to capture Anakin and Padme at the droid factory, and just have a couple of battle droids there. The orange Geonosian battle droids. Have like 6 of them. There you go. But here's a little bonus. He doesn't have this. And this is why this dish is important. If you get those Jurassic World like bubble things, all you need is this piece right here, which comes with them. You could actually attach the Droideka to this piece, and it looks a little awkward because he's sitting on a thing and all that, but he now has an energy shield. Though I think it kind of makes him look like this wasn't my idea either, just somebody else's, but I think it makes him look like a snow globe. I love it. He looks like an ornament. I think this is great. Like, Lego could sell this as an ornament. And you know what? Tell Lego, like, hey, look, this is what you should tweet. Okay. This is just like, hey, can you sell us this in a battle pack? Make this blue to look like the shield. Give us 2 of these and a bunch of battle droids. We will pay for I don't want to buy a droid army, but I kind of want to help you guys get a droid army. So this is the idea. And all that. And also it rolls, so technically he is rolling around. But yeah, just let's try to get Lego that's really what I want to do here. Let's try to get Lego to actually make this into a set. Tell them, okay, we want Droidekas. They're probably going to put it in something big, but the proof of concept works. And this is like very much kind of like an advent calendar sized build too. Especially his is more advent calendar-y to me. But that was such a good design. It inspired me to upgrade it a little bit, make a video, go with this whole bubble shield idea. And it's just like, guys, I want to help you out. Let's get the droid army getting up and going, okay? Like, or just have a battle pack of just, again, the droid factor, but include Magna Guards. Just include the weird figures. Like, we know we're not going to get a lot, but we're buying it for the freaking figures. So give us a lot of battle droids, okay? Commando droids, everything. Super commando droids. Because we'll pay for them. And I'll buy one too, and we'll review it if it actually gets made. Thank you all very much, ladies and gentlemen. You all have a nice day. I hope you enjoyed this one. It's like, this little build has just like inspired such a spark of creativity in me. Thank you all very much, ladies and gentlemen. You all have a nice day. Bye-bye.